Hi, it's Big Lou with Big Lou Barbecue and other things I want to do. And let me tell you what I've got going on for you. We're going to make a ramelet, a ramen noodle omelet. Yeah, an omelet with ramen noodles. You know, those kind of things we used to eat back in college in our bachelor days before we found wives. You know, those things, those 18-cent ramen noodle, they're not even like real noodle things. We're making an omelet with them, so it's going to have eggs. Now, this video was inspired by Hobo at Hobo Nichol Barbecue. He does a lot of great barbecue, but he also has a lot of hobo recipes where he cooks stuff in cans and stuff like that. And the other day, he made macaroni and cheese using ramen noodles and hot dogs. And I said, oh, I've got to put my ramen noodle omelet on, the Ramelet on my show. And of course, my wife, I've been trying to do this for a while, and she always says, don't do ramen noodles on your show. They're not good for people. You'll degrade the quality of your show. I'm like, the quality of Big Lou Barbecue show? Have you seen my show? Anyway, when Chris did the ramen noodle cheese, macaroni and cheese ramen noodles with hot dogs, I knew I had to put the Ramelet video online. And so this is it. So here's how I made it. I'm sitting down for the taste test now, and I will be right back after I show you how I made it to show you what it tastes like. Big Lou Barbecue. Okay, to make the ramelet, you're gonna need ramen noodles. It can't be a ramelet without ramen noodles. And doesn't matter what flavor, because we're gonna throw the flavor packet away because it's just a big MSG bomb, and Big Lou doesn't do MSG very much. All right, I don't like to use MSG in most things. And of course, it can't be a ramelet without ramen noodles, and of course, eggs. How can you make an omelet without eggs? You're gonna need about 4 eggs, all right? Cracked open, we're gonna beat those here in just a minute. We're gonna need some milk, boom. And we're gonna need some Cajun Creole seasoning, sort of like a Tony Satura's. This is the stuff I make up based on his original recipe out of his 1972 cookbook. However, the original recipe calls for MSG. I leave the MSG out of it. You're gonna need a smidgen of that. And you're going to need some cheese. Now, not real cheese like sharp cheddar cheese, not real cheese. Oh no, this is ramen noodles. How can you do that without ramen noodles? All right, so we're just gonna use regular pasteurized processed cheese food product. All right, need about 4 slices of that, and not shown on camera. You need some kind of meat. You can use, bacon. You could use leftover chicken, whatever you wanted to use. Ramen noodles would call also for, Spam, Vienna sausages, any quality meat like that, bologna. But we're actually going to be using bacon today. All right, let's get started. Big Lou Barbecue. Okay. Well, we're going to boil these up in a pumpkin pot. You know why we're going to use a pumpkin pot? Because it's November, and my wife keeps a pumpkin-shaped pot on the stove in November. So, all we're going to do is just drop those in there and let them boil, all right? Until they're done. All right, let's mix up the egg mixture. We're going to add a little bit of milk. That's probably enough. That kind of makes it fluffy. You can use buttermilk too. I just didn't pull the buttermilk out of the refrigerator. And we're going to season. If you want to just use salt and pepper, just use salt and pepper. Basically, using this when it's salty enough, it's probably spicy enough. And if you wanted to, I suppose you could throw in your little seasoning packet from the ramen noodles. I don't want to. It's full of MSG. Then just beat the eggs. You don't need to see this much. Just kind of get the eggs going. All right. That's it. Okay, well, what I've got here is about 4 strips of bacon frying up. Now, you can use a bacon press like this if you want to, but you don't have to use a bacon press because we're going to crumble the bacon up anyway, all right? When it gets fried up, crisped up, we're going to take it out and we're going to crumble it up, all right? The bacon is done. We'll pull it out, put it in a little small plate and crumble it up. All right, let's open the pumpkin. Let's see what we find. Oh, dang. Ramen noodles. I thought I was going to find Cinderella. All right, so we're going to get these out of here. Get these out of here, and we're going to drop them right into the egg mixture. Just like that. Get them all out. Drain them. Get them into the egg mixture. We'll kind of start cooking the eggs a little bit because they're hot. So we're going to have to stir them up pretty quick. All right, just kind of stir them around in there to kind of get them all coated. You can see some of the egg kind of begins to cook. That's cool. We're about to dump it in the bacon grease anyway. All right. All right, let's dump the egg mixture and eggs and noodles right into the pot, to the pan rather, and get them kind of all spread out. After all, we're making a ramelet. Okay, as it cooks, we're gonna add some dried onion flakes. Oh, we could use real sauteed onions, but we're not using real noodles, we're using ramen, so we're gonna use dried onion flakes, all right? We're gonna use crushed red pepper flakes, so we could saute up some real cayenne peppers and put in there, but oh no, we're not using real stuff like that. And for a little bit of color, hey, Christmas is coming, let's add a little bit of parsley. Just to one side of it. Now, I'm gonna take some of that cheese, tear it like that, and stick it right in there. Dump the bacon in there. Just dump the bacon all up in there like that. All right. And we're gonna take another cheese, I gotta open it. So, I'm gonna top it like that. All right. We're gonna let those eggs cook a little bit and we're gonna kind of turn them over. All right, I failed to mention that you want this on medium heat. Don't try to cook eggs on high heat. All right. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get under here. Now this is a big old omelet, so, and we're gonna flip it over just like that. Right there. Gorgeous. Now, you know what comes next? More cheese. Let me get this open. And we're gonna put it just like that. All right. This is just about done. All right, what we're gonna do is try to slide it out of this 10-inch skillet without breaking it too badly. Wow, we got it. Look at that, we got it. All right, to that we're gonna add some hot sauce because I like hot sauce. I made some chili yesterday, some Texas chili. I've got a recipe on how to make this smoky, spicy chili. And we're gonna dump chili on top of it. All right? Now that's a big omelet. I bet you're thinking, dang, Big Lou, you're gonna eat a big old omelet, aren't you? Well, that may be the case, but what I really need to do is find a knife here. And where's my heck's on knives? I'm gonna use a knife here and I'm gonna cut it up. And I'm gonna serve my son that slice. I'm gonna serve my daughter that piece, and I'm gonna eat this center piece. That's all there is to that. Big Lou barbecue. Okay, served up one plate. Serve up another plate. That's the one I'm gonna taste test here in just a moment. And we'll give this one to my daughter. All right, y'all. This is my little slice right here of the ramen. Look at that. Look at that right there. Can you see? Look. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Got chili, cheese, bacon. Oh. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. One thing you can do, you can drop the noodles right into the bacon grease if you want to, and then dump the eggs on top of them. That splatters a lot when I do that, so I just didn't do it this time. Yep. A good scientific test has to be done twice to prove it's good. Yeah, I had to taste it twice. And now, no, that just dropped out of my mouth. Look at that, look at that. Look at that, it's good, y'all. Thanks for watching Big Lou Barbecue.